welcome back to the Happy Homesteader. If this is your first time visiting my page, then welcome for the first time. I hope you enjoy it. Today I'm going to be talking about my seeds and my seed storage, how I store them. I'm going to go through why I store them the way I do, how I do it, and I hope you find it helpful and encouraging. We are in the middle of February right now, early February I suppose, and so we're going to be focusing on planning out our garden and probably starting some seeds inside this week as well, because we have a really short growing season here in the north. We are in zone 4B, so that makes our growing season very short, so we have to plan ahead and plan accordingly. And yeah, let's just get right to it. All right, here we go. So this is where I store my seeds in a baby book. Or a photo book, but I mean, let's be serious, it's totally for a baby. So, naturally, at the beginning of my seed storage book, I have documentation of my own seeds. If you can tell, oh, there's me, and there's my babies, and all that stuff. And then, boom, my garden seeds. So, as you can see here, this one says spring seeds, and the one over here is summer seeds. I live in zone 4A, 4B in northern Maine, so my growing season is very short. It literally consists of spring and summer. And until we get our greenhouse up and going, this is what I've got. But once our greenhouse is started, I'll have a fall sowing list as well for things that I want to start growing in the fall and carry into the winter through our greenhouse. So yeah, so you can see here, I tried to organize the best I could. I have various companies that I get my seeds from. I absolutely love Baker Creek heirloom seeds. I think I've mentioned them before. I love them. Almost 100% success rate. And then I've got kale, all that stuff. Oh, Rebel Gardens. My sister-in-law actually got this for us because Eden wanted to start some seeds, and these are the ones she ordered for us, and I love them. They work really good as well. Lots of good germination. When I first started getting into gardening, I got a lot at my local Ace Hardware. And so these ones are all organic and non-GMO seeds. They are, what's the name of it? Botanical Interests. I've gotten more towards the heirloom seeds. They are just so much better for you. They haven't been modified or touched at all. And in my research, I found even organic non-GMO seeds still have been trifled with a little bit. So I will still plant them and grow them with my own methods, which I'm comfortable with. But I'm really starting to dive more into heirloom seeds and getting more of those. But I'll still use the other ones. Oh, the Living Seed Company, they were awesome. We had almost 100% success rate with their seeds last year as well. Really good, really, really good. So yeah, so I got all the stuff that I'm gonna direct sow in the ground in early spring once the snow is gone, but there's still chances of frost, and a lot of these plants don't mind that at all. Like all of the different kinds of greens, the sugar peas, broccoli, cauliflower, beets, all that stuff. Tomatoes, I have them technically on the bridge between my summer and spring because I'm going to be starting those inside. And I actually have a whole bunch of seeds back here that I'm going to be starting inside as well. And then we get into the summer, got beans, cucumbers, different squashes, summer squash, winter squash, peppers, all that stuff. So if you're new to gardening, oh, I'm sorry, you guys are missing all of it. If you're new to gardening, then take note. These are ones that like to be sown in the ground after the chance of frost. So we will plant these ones after Memorial Day weekend. And that way we know they're not going to die. And then I've got a whole herb section. And I've got, more Baker Creek, some flowery herbs, thymes, and rosemary. Something that's really nice is that Baker Creek, when you order seeds, will always send you their featured free seeds. So I haven't planted these ones yet. They're called Flow, I believe. But they're just like a pretty ornamental seed. And they gave me another one too somewhere. Oh, this one is free. Whatever it is, like a spicy pepper. They gave me that one. I'll use that one in fire cider if it'll grow. If I could find a way to make it grow. Oh, I got a not a microgreen, Mizuna. It's actually a Japanese heirloom seed, and it's just another kind of green, I guess, you know? I've never grown them, but I've got 2 packets here that were sent to me for free, so maybe I'll grow those ones this spring too. I'll let you know how I like them. They're really pretty. I can already tell just by looking at them. They got good antioxidants. So yeah, I have some space left here in my baby book, my seed book, that I can add more seeds as we go, as we buy them. But as I continue to buy seeds, I'm also saving our seeds from the prior years. These save seeds, they don't store as well in the seed book. You know, these ones are like fitted for printed pictures. And these ones, I'll show you, I have them all just like in snack baggies. But they're all labeled. I've got squash seeds, got basil, but they're all labeled and they all have the years that I saved the seeds from them. And so yeah, oh, these ones are lupins. We got these out of our field in the wild. So I'm excited to put these in the ground and see how they do. But yeah, so all those ones I have saved in here. For the most part, I already know which ones are going to want to be sown in the spring and sown in the summer. And honestly, if there's a seed or a plant that I don't know much about, I don't know what their like preferences, I just do a quick Google search and find out what they like. Because each plant and each seed has their own personality. And gonna have to, just like children, gotta learn each one of them and what they like and what they don't like, and create an environment for them to thrive. A little picture that Eden drew, and she snuck it in there with the rest of my seeds. So this week, because we are in February and some of the plants I'm going to be starting indoors are going to want to be indoors for anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks. Some of them, not all of them. So those ones will be ready to go outside at the end of May, since we're at the beginning of February now. So I'm going to be starting some of those this week and give them lots of time to grow. And I've got all of these little seed starters that I saved from last year, actually for the last couple of years. So that that company, the Rebel Gardeners, that my sister-in-law bought seeds from for us, she also sent us these little seed starters. And I honestly don't know if she ordered them from the Rebel Garden or if she ordered them separately, but I'll show you how they work. I love them. They work so good. So you've got your basin and you've got your seed starting little containers. And so when you put the soil and the seeds in and you water them, the water goes down into the lower basin and keeps it humid and hydrated and warm. And then on top of all of that, when you are starting seeds, you want to give them as much, you want to give them a good amount of heat. Most of them, I mean, unless they like cold, but most of the ones you start inside don't like cold. That's why you're starting them inside. And so this little container goes on top and voila, you get a little greenhouse. And you know, a lot of people will put like saran wrap or plastic wrap or something over the top, but this is just like so awesome. I've got a whole bunch of lids, so I could start all of them covered, and then after they have grown a couple inches, they obviously won't fit in there anymore, and they won't need as much help. They'll be like kind of standing up on their own, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I'm excited to do that. Eden and Uriah are excited to do that with me this week as well. This is one of their favorite parts, is starting seeds inside, because they get to just, you know, see the whole process start to finish, and it's hands-on and it's fun. And if you guys don't already know, I homeschool my kids, and putting gardening and seed starting in with their curriculum and what we do on a day-to-day basis is just, it's great, wonderful, and they love it. And I think it's teaching practical life skills to kids from an early age that, you know, some people don't get. I've got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old who know how to start seeds and garden, and some people spend their whole entire lives not knowing how to do that stuff. Which, I mean, I don't mean any disrespect to them, but it's not really their fault. It's, you know, the kind of society we've nurtured for the last few decades is we've just gotten farther and farther and farther away from gardening and sustainable living. And I'm really happy to take part in it and expose my children to that early on. So yeah, that's what we got for seeds, along with a few others that you might not have seen in my baggies. But we are starting to plan our garden for the spring, and we'll be ordering new seeds. So if anybody has any seed suggestions, particularly for zone 4B, then I'm all ears. If you have any ideas or recommendations, let me know now. That way when we order our seeds, we can have some new ideas and things that we might want to try for the first time this year. I hope you found this video encouraging, helpful, and inspiring. See you guys next time.